I am neither an expert nor a critic. I am just a movie lover and fond of cinematography. I love the movie so much and observe the movie minutely to learn more about cinematography. I am sharing my observations with you. Please feel free to add your valuable comments in the comment sections. Before going to the cinematography of the movie, let's have a small introduction of the movie. In the Mood for Love is a Hong Kong film written, directed, and produced by Wong Kar-wai. Film genre is romantic drama. The magnificent cinematography is done by Christopher Doyle and Mark Lee Ping Bing, and for which he won Technical Grand Prize in Cannes Film Festival. The heart-touching music is done by Michael John Glasso and Shigeru Umebayashi. I am requesting you to listen to the track of the film. You will love it. The movie is edited by William Chang, lead role played by Tony Leung Chiu Wai, won the Best Actor at Cannes Film Festival, and Maggie Cheung Man Yuk. Both the lead actors and the other actors are played very well. The film was nominated for the Palme d'Or and often listed as one of the greatest films of all time. The plot of the movie is like that. The story opens in 1962. Protagonists Cho Mo-won, Tony Leung Chiu-wai, a journalist, and Su Li-zhen, Maggie Cheung Man-yuk, a secretary from a shipping company, rent two adjacent rooms in an apartment. Coincidentally, they shift on the same day and they become next door neighbors. Each of them has a spouse and both are working. Very often, they leave the protagonist alone. The loneliness of these spouses has been portrayed excellently. They interact in everyday situations. After a few days, each realize that their spouses are in affair with each other. Unlike other movies, Sue wonders how their spouse's affair might have begun. And film continues. To me, time in this movie has been diluted in such a manner as if it is difficult to remember the exact time frame of the incidents. Cinematography. The movie opens with some Chinese sentences, which means it is a restless time. She has kept her head lowered to give him a chance to come closer, but he could not for the lack of courage. She turns and walks away. And the movie ends with some other Chinese sentences, which means he remembers those vanished years, as though looking through a dusty window pane. The past is something he could see but not touch, and everything he sees is blurred and indistinct. This is what I think on which the theme of the cinematography of this film lies upon. He remembers those vanished years. He means Chow, who I think recalls his life after a long time. The images in his mind are blurred and indistinct. I may be wrong, but I do think that this blurred vision of recalling is depicted through shots taken through mirrors, glasses, reflections, etc. No distinct subjective shots are there in the film, which suggests that, like the viewers of the film, he is also watching the film along with the viewers. One shot which appeared as a subjective shot is the close-up of the burnt cigarette on the ashtray in the room of Chow in Singapore, but you may notice that the shot is not from high angle but from eye level, which suggests that the shot is not Chow's point of view but to show the audience the mark of lipstick on it. The theme is also been depicted through the choice of location, time of shooting, and the use of light. The film was majorly shot in some specific locations within a closed space, which are rooms, Chow's room and Chan's room basically in same place, and Chow's room in Singapore. Office, Chow's office in Hong Kong and Singapore, Mrs. Chow's office, Mrs. Chan's office, restaurant where Mr. Chow and Mrs. Chan dine, Mr. Chow and his colleague dine in Singapore, hotel where Mr. Chow and Mrs. Chan did. And the last one is Angkor Wat Temple, Cambodia. I want to draw your attention in one point that in all the scenes are captured in a closed space. It may be room, maybe hotel, or maybe office. From the indoor or outdoor, you could not see sky, which means that there is no escape. It is confined, it is stuck in somewhere, maybe in memory of Chow, Tony Lee. Only in the last scene, when Chow goes to the temple, carved a hole, whispered something, and then covered it with the mud, we could see sky. It signifies that we are now out of the confinement, we are now out of the memory. The memory has now been covered with mud into an hole in the temple wall. Here we can recall the conversation of Mr. Chow with his colleague, Mr. Ping, that in the old days, if someone had a secret that he didn't want to share, he went up a mountain, found a tree, carved a hole in it, and whispered the secret into the hole. Then they covered it with the mud and leave the secret there forever. We could see that Mr. Chow did the same. He carved a hole in a wall and whispered the secret and covered it with the mud. There is another scene shot where we can see the sky with a palm tree, which I guess used as space transition from Hong Kong to Singapore. I think what he was whispering in that scene is that what we see through the film. That's why many scenes or shots are blurred as captured through glass pane, reflection, etc.